Alright, so I'd like to go through this question because a similar question was given during the prelim 2 and it was not well done. And this was one of the stacks, QA stacks that we went through. So this is something that has been given to you. You have the stack. And I just want to go through again that the things that is probably coming out for your O-levels will be something you have seen before. It's either whether you revise it or not. Okay, so it was such a disappointment that the question was not well done. Now, when you face a question, something not familiar and you have not seen before, it doesn't mean that you have not learned about it before. They just structure the questions differently. So when they say it's a metal salt, and you are thinking, what is a metal, what is a salt? Do not fear, because you will just need to get along and move with the question. Now, what are the things that are familiar? The term barium nitrate. Now, you know that when there is a barium nitrate, it is a sulfate test. So which means the white PPT here is confirmed it's a barium sulfate. This white PPT is a barium sulfate. Since this is a sulfate test, this salt, remember, salt has 4 surnames. It's either a sulfate, nitrate, chloride, or carbonate. So this salt is something sulfate because it's a sulfate test. So this is a metal. So it's a metal salt. So this is a metal sulfate. So you just need to figure out what is this metal, right? So that's on the later part. So you figure out what is G, and somewhat you know F is a sulfate. Then you move on to this clue. This clue is sodium hydroxide, which is a cation test. A cation meaning a positive ion test. So this one is able to tell you what is this, because sulfate is SO2 minus 4, it's an anion. So you're going to find out from here, what is this positive ion? What is this metal? Your metal is positive. So with sodium hydroxide, it's green. Yay. The moment you see color, it makes your life so much easier. Okay, white means you have several choices. You got to find out whether it's soluble or not to know what is the cation. But if this is green, the first thing that comes in my green PPT upon sodium hydroxide, then it's iron 2. Hydroxide, straight away. Because you put a hydroxide. If you put aqueous ammonia and it's green PPT as well, the answer is still iron 2 hydroxide. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. If you put a sodium hydroxide and you see a green PPT, it's iron 2 hydroxide. If you put aqueous ammonia or ammonium hydroxide, same thing, and you get a green PPT, it's still iron 2 hydroxide. Okay? So you know now, this is definitely iron 2 then. So since you know that this is iron 2 sulfate, it goes through oxidation process, it reacts with the sodium hydroxide, and you get a red-brown PPT. So the thing is, this can be a little bit confusing, but never mind. You know that your iron 2 has to be oxidized to iron 3. So this is iron 3, and it becomes a PPT from a solution or a salt. It becomes a PPT because of hydroxide, a cation test. Remember this? Hydroxide, it becomes hydroxide, iron 2 hydroxide. This red brown is iron 3 hydroxide. So from iron 2, it becomes iron 3 hydroxide because you put both the hydroxide and an oxidizing agent. Without the oxidizing agent, it will just become iron 2 sulfate become iron 2 hydroxide. But because there's an oxidizing agent, the 2 becomes 3.